Our first guest this week is Mr. Ray Smith. He's the CEO of Trycera Financial, stock symbol TRYF. Ray, always a pleasure having you on the program.
Hey, Don, it's great to be here with you again.
Now, I know that you folks help people with their credit, and credit is really taking a front seat in the news these days because a lot of people hurt their credit during the pandemic. What's your take on that?
Yeah, people were given free money and they went out and they bought things that they probably shouldn't have. A lot of people were smart with their money and paid off debt, but there are people that went out and bought cars, and now that free money stopped and the rents, that protection is done. So there's millions of people going to be evicted off of because of their past due rents. And the repossessions, the normal rate in America is around 2%. And we're already at 4% repossession, so it's almost doubled. And in some areas, it's going to be as high, projected to be as high as 23 to 25%. And so there's repossession companies buying lots, like 20 acres, and they're just gearing up for this big wave that's coming, just like in 08 and 09 with the real estate market. And now it's going to be cars. And with gas prices so high, people working from home, they're doing Zoom, so they don't need that third car. And so the changes that happen in the real estate market are going to be happening in the used car market, and it's coming.
And of course, used car prices are horrifically inflated during that period of time as well.
That's right. And the chips, so they can't get new vehicles because the chip manufacturing is low, whatever their problems are, the supply chain. And so this whole transition, and now is the time for people to take a serious look at your spending habits and your credit, because you've got to be prepared for what's coming. And I don't think people realize that, how big of a change is coming.
So we're set for a crash in the car market, as you said, because people who paid too much bought what they shouldn't have. What can they do to protect themselves these days?
So people should, one, get an auto warranty, because the used vehicle, if a lot of people lose their car because it has breakdowns and they can't afford it, and so then they lose their vehicle there. The second thing is they should fix their credit, make sure that they have the highest score possible, and then refinance it if they are in a high interest loan, because they can reduce that payment significantly just by getting a better interest rate. But you need to take a serious look at your spending habits and your credit.
Now, how can a company like yours help people out?
That's what we do. Our program is called Successful Habits of the Rich, and we've based it off of helping what the rich people do, their habits. And so we help the people take those habits and instill them in their personal life. We have them list their expenses, match it up to their income. We pull a credit report. We see what's missing, what errors are on there, what negative things are holding them back, and then we put them on a path so that they can better their credit score and then get lower interest rates, higher credit card limits, and manage their finances a lot better, relieve that stress and worry.
Now, we've seen a lot of bad news in the financial markets the last couple of years: inflation, high gas prices, as you're saying, deflated used car prices, repossessions. Any good news on the horizon, Ray?
There is. The entrepreneur spirit is alive and well in this country. Not everybody was in the one category that I was talking about, right? A lot of people did take advantage of that money. And a lot of people decided, you know what, I don't want to work for somebody. I want to have my own business. And so there's a lot of businesses starting up, and we actually help people with business credit also. And so we see an uptick in that in this economy. So yeah, there is negative. And if you watch the TV, you can get depressed real quick. But if you just go out there and live your life and do the best you can and follow your dreams and start a business, that's what we teach people.
I want to go back to the car business for a minute, because you made a comparison to the real estate meltdown in 2008, which is really true, because a lot of the housing prices are really inflated, as were the used car prices last couple of years. We're going to see a dramatic crash in car prices, aren't we?
That's right. So what the banks are doing is they're working with the repossession companies to store those cars in these big lots so that they just don't hit the market and crash the car market. So they're actually controlling it so that it doesn't have the big crash that the housing market did. The housing market, it crashed because the banks were giving out loans to people that didn't really qualify for those loans. Where the banks are giving out loans for cars, but they're protected because they have that asset and they're fine sitting on that asset for a little while and then putting it back into the market so that they don't just crash the whole car market.
If people want to get some help from you, how can they get in touch with you, Ray?
Go to our website, Trycera.com, and schedule a free consultation and we can help them out.
Trycera Financial, TRYS, their stock symbol. Ray, always a pleasure having the program. Great advice. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Don. Always great to be here with you.